It is time now for Great Day Fitness, and we've certainly been dealing with so much heat, which might have you wanting to skip your workouts. Like, oh, it's just too hot, I'm not doing it today.
Yeah, Joe Carabase is here joining us now with safe ways to train in the heat. With it's been hot, Joe.
It has, to say the least.
The heat wave is broken, but thank goodness. But it's still going to be quite warm this weekend. The humidity levels will be in check, but it's still going to be close to that 90-degree mark again this weekend.
Yeah, and look, obviously, like, that could fatigue you and make you not want to do it. But I think the most important thing to understand is that when it's really hot, or even at any point in life when you don't feel like exercising, a little is something. I always tell my clients, anything better than nothing is something, aka progress. So just do what you can. And the cool thing about heat, actually, is that your body works harder to stabilize and balance. And as such, your heart rate's already going to be elevated than it would otherwise. And so what I would encourage people is, like, if you normally train at a 9, on those days, take it to a 7. If you normally train at a 7, take it to a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as intensity, because your body's already going to be working harder.
So are there certain types of exercise or things we need to consider? I mean, sometimes I feel like, gosh, I don't know if this is safe for me to be doing this. I feel so hot.
Well, I mean, this is probably a cliche everybody's heard a million times, but I see it every day. People are underhydrated. We have to make sure, especially on heat.
Do we need like Gatorades and special drinks?
All right, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to get there. But before we do, I would highly suggest with water to drink, aim towards. You don't have to get there if you're far away, but aim towards at least 0.35 times your body weight in ounces of water per day. Now, if you're someone who's really active, you should be at half your body weight of ounces of water per day. It's very important, especially with the heat, because your body's just working harder naturally, even going to and from the car. So any extra movement is going to require more hydration. Now, electrolytes is very important. I stay away from those sport drinks most of the time, especially if someone, look, if you're a athlete outside for 4 hours, you can put anything in your body and your body's going to utilize it. But for most of us everyday people, what I would suggest instead would be an electrolyte. In electrolytes, you got to be careful with the amount of sugar. You know, there's some options out there that have like 12 grams of sugar in electrolyte shake. That's way too much. What electrolytes essentially is doing is replenishing that of which you're sweating out. So it is important to have that in addition to your water. And another thing, when we don't really think about hydration from the perspective of when you should start hydrating. Well, I'm a big coffee guy. I mean, I got 2 kids under 3. One of our sons just learning to sleep. First thing in the morning, I need coffee. But before anything, I highly suggest have 8 to 12 ounces of water. And it's a good also time to have electrolytes, because you got to think coffee is a diuretic.
Like packets, you're saying, that you put in. Do you like a certain brand that you would, Joe, recommend?
Noons is really good. I also like LMNT. The thing about LMNT, though, if you have high blood pressure, you got to be careful because it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Now, that's a good thing when you're thinking about electrolytes. But again, high blood pressure, you got to keep that in mind. However, you know what actually is a really good electrolyte?
Coconut water?
Coconut water is phenomenal. I love coconut water. Coconut water is phenomenal, but sea salt.
Sea salt.
Just a little sea salt
in
your
water.
water.
Yeah. Throughout the day, a little bit of sea, or you just eat it. Like put a little bit more in your food. Not, be careful with table salt, because that stuff's really processed.
You have people encouraging working out in the heat, like this Bikram yoga and all this stuff where it's 104 degrees.
There's tremendous benefit. Our sauna at Define is a workout sauna, and those are my best workouts. I can cut the time in half and sometimes thirds, again, because my body's working hard to stabilize just by virtue of being in the heat. And walk out feeling amazing, because what happens is your hormones recover in a way that your endorphin rush is just, it's like your body's rewarding you in a significant way.
And
you
it's
just did something
detoxifying.
hard. Of course,
For us ladies who feel bloated. I love hot yoga. I feel like walking outside in the heat, it seems harder to me. But either way, so we want to hydrate.
Well, because your thermo barrier, right? So when you're quick exposure to cold, quick exposure to heat, we don't build any sort of barrier. But the more time you are under either sort of circumstance, your body starts to adapt. The body's an amazing thing.
Now, if you're doing this to lose weight, you have a special. I just want to make sure we run on time. Joe's Drop One Size Guarantee in 6 weeks. Here's some of the examples. At Define Wellness Center, so we go to the website, and you've got a guarantee.
It's our holistic body fat spot reduction. It is a guarantee. In other words, if you don't get it within the 6 weeks, we'll continue to service you for free until you do.
Well,
Awesome.
That's incredible. Okay.
DefineWellnessCenter.com.
All right. Get in touch with Joe. Get in touch with Joe. Get in touch with Joe. Joe, good to see you.
Good seeing you guys, as always.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
And stay safe out there. You know, it's not as hot today, thank goodness, but it's still warm. And this weekend it's going to be in the upper 80s. So it's at least the humidity will be in check.
We'll have the weather and all your big stories coming up in the afternoon rush on Eyewitness News at 4. So stay with me.
Yeah. And thanks. Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
And happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.